Fuel, a credible, applauded and awarded non-profit organization, established in 2007, focuses on academic coaching and skills development. Fuel Business School started its postgraduate diploma in management and Bachelor's of Business Administration courses. Approved by All India Council of Technical Education to empower underprivileged youth. With a strong vision and mission, Fuel is providing free education, granting over 10,000 plus scholarships and employing over 60,000 youth across diverse careers. A step towards achieving the mission, Fuel organized its annual conclave and Future Skills Summit at Pune campus. Fuel Annual Conclave 2024, One World, One Family. An initiative to bridge the gap between industry and education. With strong passion, Fuel brought together the leading minds from government and corporate to deliberate on the most pressing issues in education and employability. The event was a confluence of corporate leaders, policy makers, and stakeholders in education who exchanged views, experiences, best practices, challenges, and innovation in CSR, and together charted the course ahead for the talent acquisition in futuristic skills. The summit was graced by Minister for Women and Child Development for Government of Maharashtra, Aditi Tatkare. Many pioneers from the industry also embraced the event. A special guest, Bharat Bommai, who is an industrialist and a young entrepreneur, highlighted the event. Fuel Chairman, Mr. Ketan Deshpande and Fuel team launched the Hope Stories book and also announced the expansion of Fuel as a university. A MOU was signed with AVNIC's advisor for intercultural business and communication, Gabriel Rettig. Fuel signed a MOU for future skills with the CSR head of BP, Ms. Rekha Pillai. Another MOU was signed with VFS Global's sister general manager and global lead corporate communications, Ms. Riya Vedya. Fuel continued its association with Capgemini for its Future Digital Skills project. Special awards were given to students who excelled at Fuel. Martina Mayer's Leadership Award was awarded to BBA student Vaishnavi Yadav. And Cyrus Poonawala Leadership Award was bestowed upon PGDM student Shraddha Kasar.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's an absolute honor to welcome our distinguished guests for the Fuel Annual Conclave and Future Skills Summit of 2024. Heartfelt respect to Honorable Aditi Vardha Sunil Tatkare ji, the Honorable Cabinet Minister for Women and Child Welfare of Government of Maharashtra, known for her grassroots connects. We welcome you, ma'am, at Fuel Business School. I wish to express my gratitude to Aditi ji for inaugurating the innovative concept of Fuel and emphasizing the support which the government is doing for the youth skilling and higher education. That this event will be etched in golden letters in the history of Fuel B School. We are blessed to have luminaries and exemplary leaders from all over India for among us with different corporates. The vision led by Dr. Kalam for Fuel, aiming to impact the downtrodden sections of society, is becoming a reality. The journey of Fuel has been very long, challenging, resulting from over a decade of hard work and passion. Today we are breaking the cycles of poverty for the most disadvantaged groups in our nation. Fuel's program's success is training youth and has expanded across India, Indonesia and Africa, benefiting thousands of youth annually. We gratitude to our partners for supporting digital skills and training and higher education program empowering 80% women leaders. This leadership and partnership with leading companies is the result which has brought us luck, and we are committed to do more impactful work. Initiatives for 2024 which we are inaugurating today is including the scholarships for pursuing PGDM program, and I appeal all of you and the leaders to please nominate the deserving students from your region who will undergo the scholarship program and will get the PGDM degree as well as BBA degree and will go into industries with the right jobs and skills. A vision for the future now. We aim to establish the Center of Excellence, and we invite all the corporate leaders to serve the underserved communities of India who are with us today. Start the university, and we have laid the foundation stone today, expecting the university to be operational in the next few months.
We would like to inaugurate the Fuel Bhumi Pujan banner.
I think thanks to Dr. Kalam sir, who inspired us, and we met him thrice during our journey. And in fact, our mission statement also is to impact 10 million youth. About 1 crore students came from Dr. Kalam. Thank you so much for that, I think. And I wish to thank all the media, students out here, and our partners, specific to IIBM, industry partners, CSR partners, who always come forward and support us in all the initiatives we are doing. मेहनत इतनी खामोशी से करो कि तुम्हारी कामयाबी शोर मचा दे. I think Ketan, you have come a long way here. Still a very long way to go. He's a young 34-35-year-old. And last point is, he was also selected as Business World 40 under 40 recently, and that also adds to another feather in your cap.
Aditi Tatkare shared her experience.
As a Minister for Women and Child Development as well, our focus is that we make policies that would emphasize more on the psychological strengthening of the students, to be very honest. I am sure all the students have got a better experience in handling events now, since I have been told that all the students have taken the initiatives from coordinating with the dignitaries, from actually receiving them, from the stage responsibilities to everything has been done by the students. So we are actually giving them that experience as well.
Since you're coming up with a university, Santosh and Ketan, my one suggestion would be, if somehow you can blend your business school activity courses with manufacturing 6 Sigma, manufacturing industry 4.0, I think that will be a beautiful blend, because that is something we MSMEs look forward to.
Will tell you, if you reach out to them, that the network that you create at the institutional level in number of ways will contribute in your journey going forward there. They are the one who will give you advices on which company to work with, which company to avoid, who is the better boss, which boss you should be avoiding, where to go, where you should not be going, whom to reach out to, and what kind of credential that you should be looking for. They are the one who will be providing it to you. So make the solid connect now.
From the short glimpses that I have seen today, maybe today you might think that you are still reliant on us, on our support, but let me tell you, it's the other way around. Actually, we are all dependent on you. In a global world that changes every day, one day we will rely on you, dear students, so please keep on, work hard, because our future, actually, this is you. We depend on you in the future. Thank you very much. Thank you.
I've been like after Ketanji and Santoshji, that now we need to explore more opportunity in the skilling also, that we make entrepreneurs. So that tomorrow when we see, after 5 years, 3 years, we have entrepreneurs going out of fuel and fueling dream of others.
उर्दू हम उन कैंचियों से नहीं डरते जिनसे पंख काटते हैं, हम उन कैंचियों से नहीं डरते जिनसे पंख काटते हैं, हम वो है जो पंखों से नहीं हौसलों से उड़ते हैं.
As a part of Fuel Annual Conclave 2024, insightful panel discussions were organized. A panel which was headed by Mr. Ketan Deshpande had distinguished members from the industry like Riya Vedya, Sister General Manager and Global Lead Corporate Communications and CSR VFS Global, Rekha Pillai, Head CSR BP, India, Priyam Dhamankar, Legal and Compliance Director, Company Secretary, Servier India Private Limited, Ajay Sankhe, CEO Foods PVT Limited, Avilash Dwivedi, Head CSR, Mahindra and Mahindra Limited, RTN, Lopamudra Priyadarshini, Head of Community Relations and Sustainability, Hindalco Industries Limited, Gitanjali Tripathi, Assistant General Manager and Head CSR, Tata Power Delhi Distribution Limited. The panel addressed the questions like job opportunities in CSR, sustainability of education in CSR projects, expectations of companies from students and all types of support required to implement CSR projects.
To Rekha Pillai ma'am, my question is straight in the minds of these young people, what job opportunities exist in the corporate social responsibility?
Not just CSR, because I started my career with finance. I was almost 50, I'm a chartered accountant. With 15-20 years I was doing finance, a hardcore controllership role, and then moved into CSR. And I believe that whether it is CSR, finance, HR, what is really key is, some of the earlier speakers really mentioned that, is seek knowledge, be agile, which means you should be ready to accept change, to continue to learn. The key important thing is not just to skill yourself, but to keep reskilling, upskilling. So you may also have to unlearn and relearn, and that's where the success is.
So moving from the job opportunities, let me go to a question on integrating sustainability into educational projects.
Sustainability is a very broad term, and generally when you're talking about any CSR projects or programs, that should be your essence. Like, how are you sustainable? What are you trying to do and work with the existing mechanisms and not to build a parallel mechanism, right? How are you building on the existing resources that are available to you? But at the same time also look at the sustainability angle from an aspect where what happens when you're empowering those people. So if you have 50 beneficiaries, which is a small number, but how does that kind of create a ripple effect is something that you need to look at, right? As far as education concerned, programs are concerned, and because this question is related to that specific thing, I feel once you educate or skill somebody, how do you economically empower them to sustain themselves or come out of that poverty cycle is something that needs to be really thought through. So that's where the other partners who bring in the aspects from a job perspective or entrepreneurial perspective, that plays an important role.
Tata Power has the power, and it has so much power that if you change your equation of the bills, or electricity shoots up. So the power is in your hands, and I'm sure you're also looking at some power from the young students. So what kind of skills or power you are looking from these young minds in your area?
What new ideas you are bringing to the table and how passionate you are. Giving an idea is not that much important. It is more important that how you are going to achieve that idea and going to implement that idea at ground.
In another panel headed by Santosh Hurallikoppi, kind of same questions were put up, and the responses that came were according to the domain of working of their companies. Lester Fernandez, Global Head Sustainability, IMR Metallurgical Resources AG. Anurag Krishna, CSR Evangelist TCS and Philanthropist. Kumar Chandan, Mahindra Sustain. Anthony Nelisari, Head Sterlite Ed. India Foundation. Nunshin Master Nalwala, CSR Head, Asia Pacific, TCS. Sudha Jijria, Head Operations CSR, Apollo Hospitals Enterprises Ltd Himanshu. Shekhar Panigrahi, Sister Manager CSR, Hindustan Copper Limited.
As a CSR initiative or probably a message to our youth, how you see opportunities emerging in the CSR space for these budding PGDM and BBA students?
Which any and you can think of, but first you have to decide your goal, in which direction you want to go. When you will decide a goal, then only you will be knowing that which field you want to choose. CSR also, there's a vast field. You have to do there's lots of things too. You have to choose which field you want to do. You want to be a compliance officer, you want to be a finance. Finance is also one of the field in CSR because it's very mandatory for that. A compliance officer can be a finance person, social auditor can.
So we fondly know about the whole group. What your view on from a foundation perspective, what these youth can look at in future, in days to come? How can they apply for the future jobs in organizations like yours?
But the S part, sustainability, social, will always remain. That is what I feel very strongly. And for that, you need the type of attitude and aptitude that is required. Because here you are not looking at just capital, you are looking at social capital. So even in foundations, all the type of jobs that are there in any corporate social responsibility jobs are there. And as graduates, I think some earlier speaker in the earlier session talked about chase after knowledge.
Post-lunch, an HR panel was organized, headed by Mr. Santosh Hurallikopi. The panelists freely addressed the skills required to get into corporates within various domains. They also discussed about diversities and inclusions in selection process. Kabir Gaikwad, HR, Atlas Copco India, PVT, Limited AR. Tanmay Khare, Pidilite Industries Limited, Gautam Chatterjee, Associate Vice President, LTI Mindtree. Nikhil Morde, Global Head HR Technology and HR Shared Services, Cipla. Shekhar Kamble, Regional Head, Tata Consultancy Services. Sangeeta Shetty, Senior Director Human Resources, Ascendian.
So what advice would you give to these budding entrepreneurs because they'll come into market probably in 2024 and 25? So that's
You have to keep constantly learning because technology industry is dynamic, and though the question was for IT company, but I think it's true for all domain, finance, HR, marketing, in the spaces that you are, each of those skills it is going to be redundant, and it is linked to the technology. So technology is playing a critical aspect in everyday's lives today.
The brick and mortar sector, and a lot of students here would also want to know what opportunities lie as a HR and what preparedness they should do to come into this sector.
Sympathy and empathy are the two brothers or sisters, I would say, which go hand in hand. Whatever position you aim for, you reach for, don't forget the very basic human race importance. Humanity का importance कभी मत भूलना. So sympathy, empathy, they count on the third. Next, very, very, very important, stay grounded to collaborate. Yeah? In this world, not all the things are made for you or are to be done by you.
Diversity and inclusion in your hiring process.
Bringing in diversity and inclusion in hiring is more with respect to include diverse hiring channels. Like you can have focused hiring campaigns like we have for women, for PWD, for LGBTQ+, and we are associated with organizations who represent the unrepresented groups in the organization as well.
We want to re-emphasize Fuel's unwavering dedication to providing individuals tools and knowledge needed to excel in future. I am excited to announce that the Mission to Empower Youth Fuels Postgraduate Diploma Program in Management, PGDM, and Bachelors of Business Administration, BBA, admissions for 2024-25 have started. For your promising future, apply now. For more information, visit Fuel's website www.fuelpshul.com and www.fuelfornation.com. A unique initiative to enhance the employability. Fuel is launching a new program for management students called as Career Forge, which is internship cum scholarship program. The application link and information is available on Fuel's website www.fuelpshul.com.